former US Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. Hello to you. Thank you for joining us here on The Context. You heard there what John said. So it looks like that the US is likely to veto, and as we were hearing there, really illustrating this division of international opinion over what to do about Gaza.
Yeah, Sarah, it's great to be with you. And right now, look, the Trump administration has let this just go now in a direction where there are no barriers to Israeli behavior in Gaza. There's no clarity about how to get aid in to save Palestinian lives. And of course, no hostages are coming out. And that's really a dynamic that seems to be in free fall. And I think this UN vote it sort of symbolizes this free fall of policy, because we're going to veto it. The United States will veto it. And then what? What's the next step? There is no next step. And we don't see a diplomatic program where the United States is really engaging robustly our allies in the region to put pressure on Hamas, as well as to tell the Israelis to get this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation either functioning or to move over back again to the UN to help save Palestinian lives.
Do you see any sense? I mean, we were here back in November when, again, the US vetoed the resolution, similar resolution. Can you see any point at which the US might side against Israel and vote with, well, the rest of the Security Council, it appears?
You know, sir, my hope would be that there would be unanimous support for resolution that Israel would support as well. And it's important to point out that in Israel right now, there's a tremendous political fight about the future of this war inside of Gaza. Israeli reservists are tired. Former prime ministers are speaking out. 70% polling is negative on the war. So there should be a way forward diplomatically, rather than just putting out ideas that get vetoed. In this current structure, though, and the way that the policy is from the Trump team, I don't think we're going to see anything but vetoes and vetoes and vetoes, and no clarity on a policy to get out of this chaotic morass in this never-ending war.
If this is what's happening on the public stage, in private, are those diplomatic talks still happening?
There's been a lot of questioning about the relationship between President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu, a lot of concerns that they're on the rocks, and quite frankly, that means then when it comes to negotiating and dealing with the Prime Minister, the Trump team doesn't like to do it. And so there's that. Then there's Iran as another question. And so behind the scenes, it seems as if they're stuck. Clearly, President Trump was in the Gulf. He didn't make this a priority when he was in the Gulf a couple of weeks ago. He didn't get the Arab countries to really lean in to meet the demands of what the Israeli government's calling for, as well as what the international community is calling for with the Palestinians. So, no, I don't think we're seeing much in terms of robust behind-the-scenes diplomacy right now. Otherwise, we would be seeing it come to the fore.
Do you get the sense that there's any internal pressure inside the US for the Trump administration to change their approach?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. Look, the politics have flipped on this. The protest movement over the past year and a half that was trying to call for a ceasefire to end, that had the ear of President Biden and his team. President Trump's team could care less, to be blunt about it. They don't listen to those protests, and Democrats in Congress, they're not paying attention to. From the Republican Party, there are no calls for it right now. So the political pressure, while it may be out there, is not getting into the quarters of power in the White House right now.
OK, Joel Rubin, we will leave it there. Joel Rubin, their former US Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. You are watching The Context on BBC News. Thank you. You're watching